Welcome again. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate to you how to use online IDE for our programming. Here we are going to be using Replit.com. So go to your web browser of your choice. In my case, I'm using a Google browser or a Chrome, and in your browser of your choice, go and visit replit.com. Here I've typed replit.com, then press enter. Then in this window, make something great. We are going to make something great together. Okay, so there are two buttons here, login and sign up. I'm assuming you don't have an account with this platform, therefore click on sign up. And there are many options how you can sign up. You can sign up using Google, you can sign up using GitHub, but I do recommend that you should sign up using your email. So don't use this, use the third option, continue with email. If you click it, it will give you this part. The first part, put your email address there, whatever dot maybe you are using your student email address from must, that would be very good, or you can use even any other email. It can be a Gmail account that you created or any other email, and put the password. This is not necessary to be the same as the password that you use to access your emails. It can be any password that you can remember. So put your password there. This is a password that will be required when you are visiting replit.com. You will need this. So put something that you cannot forget, because you will need it almost again and again when you are visiting the replit.com. So after putting the password, click create account, and it's going to create account for you. Maybe it can give you some challenge to solve. Maybe some images that you should match. That's part of the creation. It will ask you to say, do you want to have it for maybe in video use, or maybe you want to use this one for education, etc. So you have to choose education, and there you should choose your role as a student. If it asks you to say a staff or student, you choose a student. Once everything is done, you can go to login. This login is also available here. When you have your account, then you'll be finding a login here. So you click on login, then you use your credentials. In my case, I'll just log in using my details here. Then this is my account. When everything is okay, you log in. Depending on the theme that you've set, this is my theme. It's a dark theme. You can have a light theme. You can have anything. So this account has got many things here. You can have teams, etc. We're going to see how we can use this one to create a team, for example. But importantly, we need to learn how we can create a replit. So we have create a replit here. You can use that to create a replit. You can use this one here, top here, to create a replit, or you can go down and find where you can have a replit. Yes, here. So you can also create a replit using this. When a replit is created, maybe in your case you don't have any replit listed here, but when a replit is created, some recent replits will be listed here. So you can access them there, or you can click on see all to see all the replits in your account. Okay, so let's create one for demonstration purposes. So you click this one, it's going to give you this window. This environment supports so many languages, but in our case, we are using C++. So we'll just choose C++. If the language is not shown there, you can just type it here. So in this case, C++ is going to be shown. Clicking it is going to select C++ for you, and here it's now showing you where you can put a title. You should be writing a proper title. These are like project title or the folder title. You are creating your project, your Replit, and you want to give it a folder title that should be descriptive. So in this case, as an example, I'm going to just say maybe, okay, let me say must 2023. Maybe this one, I'll just call it 2023 example 1. I'll just call it like that, must 2023 example 1. That's all. When the name is put or suggested, I prefer putting names without spaces here. It has got some advantages later. Okay, so creating the Replit, it will give you this environment. In this environment, there are 3 sections. This section lists the files for your Replit. This section shows the editor. Of course, you can remove it, but by default, it will show you the editor with some sample C++ code. And this section, there are 2 things by default. You have the console and you have the shell. So you can access your things using any of these things. So we have console and we have a shell here. Okay, so in here, there is one file that we need in this case, but later we're going to see how you can create a program with multiple files. So to create another file, you just click here and you give a name of the file, or if you want a folder, you can click here and you give a name of the folder. We're going to see later how we can come up with these things, but for now, the main.cpp will be enough, and this one is our entry point, so our programs should always have main.cpp. We should not rename this one. It should be just as it is. Other files can assume other names, but for now, let's keep main.cpp. In that one is where we have our structure of our code. Hash include, iostream, int main, whatever. And just to conform to what we've been doing, this should be returning 0 at the end. Remember this, there's no using namespace here, and we are using now std instead before we use cout. If we are to run this program, by clicking this button, the program is going to compile our code. Maybe before we compile, let's come here and let's issue a command ls. This is ls command, small letters, and it's showing us the files that are there. The most important for us is the main, and we have main.cpp and we have main.o, which will be like an output file for our program. So it has created our environment already. So when we compile our program, all the changes that we're going to be making, they're going to be in one of those files. On Windows, would have something like .exe, but this environment does not use Windows, it uses Linux. And when the file has been compiled, it will be keeping them in main.o, like main.output. So this is like output file. Okay, so let's try to run this program. So if there are changes, like the changes we've made, it's going to compile first and run it if there are no errors. So it's showing hello world. This is the environment that we are going to be using. You can do whatever we did before. Maybe you want to have something like okay, let me just increase the font a little bit. Okay, maybe up to here. Yeah, I think that's better. So maybe you want something like, okay, I can click here to increase my working area. Okay, and increase the font again to here. That's better. Okay, so let's assume we want to okay, first of all, let's use using namespace, because we want to be using this one again and again. And with that, then we can take off this. Maybe let me just take off everything. So as I said, we can have maybe A here, and we can have B here, and maybe we can have something like C out, maybe enter first number, okay, and we can have that first number in A. Again, we can ask for second number, enter second number, and we can have this second number in B. Okay, so at the end we just want to have a simple, okay, let me keep the result in sum as before. So we're going to have that, and we just want to have a simple sum, because A plus B, and afterwards we just want to display the total is so the total is sum. Okay, sorry, here the total is sum. So this is our program. So you can do everything here, just type. You don't need it to save, it is saving on your behalf. So just type. Once you are done typing, you test it, and it will show you something here if the execution or compilation is successful. Let's see. So it's asking us to enter the first number here and put 50. Press enter, it will ask me another number. I can put 100 there. Press enter, it will give me the total is 150. So you can use this to practice anytime. You don't need to have the installation of the IDE on your computer. You can use it anytime that you want, and anywhere that you want, you'll be able to use this. You go to the library. If the library computers are connected to the internet, you get the library computer, and you'll be able to actually practice your code there. Just need to log in into your account, and you'll be able to practice this. Don't need to worry about the laptop. If you go to a computer lab, I just have internet access, and you'll be able to practice this using replit.com. We are going to use this again and again, and most of my presentations, most of my demonstrations will be in replit.com. But if you don't have internet access, you can use Dev C++. Why is this good? Changing a computer will be easy for you to continue working on your work, what you are doing. Maybe you're in the library, whatever you did there, you'll be able to continue it somewhere. So you don't need it to be restricted to the computer that we are using. You can easily share a computer, you work on that computer, and go to another computer to continue your work. And at the end, when you want to submit assignment to me, what I'll be looking for is just this. You just send this URL to me. Then I'll be able to access your Replit, and I'll be able to mark your work. So you just take this Replit ID, URL, copy it, and send it to me as instructed by the assignment instructions that I'm going to give you. Otherwise, thanks, and it's my hope that you'll be practicing and using both. You'll be comfortable with both the environments, Dev C++ as well as replit.com. We'll continue with our discussion on expressions and other statements, but now using some simple programming statements. Simple programming problems. Let's solve the problems in a programming together in our next video.